Okay, so this is my interactive advanced concept presentation number 5, and that is the lemon electrochemical cell fire. Overview of the experiment. The materials that you need are a lemon, steel wool, 5 pennies, 5 zinc nails, copper wire, rubber copper wire, and then small pieces of paper towel. So step 1, you want to roll the lemon between your hands while pushing down to help loosen up the juices inside and break down the cell walls that are inside the lemon. Then step 2, which you can see right here, you want to push the pennies into the lemon and you want to keep them about 1 centimeter apart. And then for step 3, you want to do basically the same thing and push the nails into the lemon, which is across from the pennies, and make sure that neither the pennies or the nails touch each other, which you can see right here. And then for step 4, you want to use that copper wire to connect the first penny to the second nail using the copper wire, and you repeat this, and you want to make sure that you leave the first nail and the last penny unconnected. They shouldn't be touching anything. And then step 5, you want to put the steel wool in front of the lemon and put the pieces of paper towel on top of it, which you can see right here. And then you want to take that rubber wire. Mine had little clips on it, so I just cut them off and took the rubber casing off some of the wire to expose it, so I had it to be able to wrap around and to touch the steel wool. And so then you wrap that one end of each of the wires, one to the penny and another one to the nail, the ones that aren't connected to anything. And then you want to rub the free ends of the rubber wire onto the steel wool that has the pieces of paper towel on it. And eventually, once the steel wool gets hot, the pieces of paper towel will catch on fire. And so this is my reaction, or my experiment, I should say. I did this for about 5 minutes, and the wires did get very, very warm, but it didn't actually catch fire like it would in the YouTube video. And I'm guessing that one of the reasons why the reaction may not have occurred as anticipated was that I had to use pennies since I couldn't find copper clips or fasteners or washers anywhere. Other experiments suggested that you could use pennies, but that would be my guess as to why it didn't work. But the science behind this experiment and the reaction is that basically when you're rolling the lemon, it helps break up the cell walls in the lemon, as I mentioned, and then the acidic lemon juice is more flowing, it's easier, more readily available, and that's actually used as the fuel that starts the chemical reaction. And so the zinc nails are the negative charge in this battery, essentially, and that's also known as the anode. The copper pennies are the positive charge, and those are also the cathode. The wires that are connecting the copper wire that's connecting the pennies to the nails, that's what creates electricity in the reaction. And so then when you're rubbing the ends of the rubber wire onto the steel wool, it gets hot, and this creates a short circuit, which sets the pieces of paper towel on fire. And in order for an electrochemical cell, which is also, like I mentioned, the battery, to work, you need 2 electrodes and 1 electrolyte. The electrodes were the zinc nails and the copper pennies. And the electrolyte is actually the lemon juice that was its purpose in this reaction. And so it's actually not the lemon juice that causes the reaction to happen, even though it's the fuel in it. The electricity that's in the reaction is made from the chemical reaction due to the different electronegativities. That's being the zinc being the negative charge and the copper pennies being the positive charge. That electronegativity difference between the zinc and copper is actually what creates it, even though all the different components play a part of it. But yeah, that's the science behind the reaction, and unfortunately it didn't work as anticipated, but that's the purpose behind it, I guess. Thanks.